Hi strangers, what's happening? Well, how do you like my area? Actually, I'm in a library because my house is so noisy. We got 3 dogs and a cat, and Bobby has moved in with us, and my son's there, and Gabby's going to be there. We have like so much activity going on at the house that doing any form of recording is like, good luck. I could do it, but you got a lot of background noises and it's enough to drive you nuts. I'm going to start trying to be more active in the videos. However, I'm not always going to be on this video or on this channel. I have opened a new channel called Osyio Elisi. The translation is Hello Grandma. I have grandkids who live in another state, and nieces and nephews and all that kind of stuff, and little ones all over. And I wanted to have a video that was more interactive with them. And so if they wanted to ask me a question, they could. If they wanted to do something, wanted me to respond however with their stuff, I could do that. I am in the process of learning my heritage. We were never allowed to know anything about being Cherokee, and I'm not 100. Don't start the whole number thing with me. It drives me nuts. I'm not the 100%, but nobody is 100% of anything. I can guarantee you that. My son just got done doing a DNA. That was interesting, but. What you need to understand is, like, we have, like everybody else, we have a lot of different things in our, history, family history and stuff. One of which happens to be Cherokee. And I got Cherokee, Chickasaw, and Chippewa that are the 3 tribes that I know that our family is associated with. And so I know absolutely nothing about them. And to get information is like, good luck. So what I have been doing, since I know that the Cherokee was the primary one in our family, I wanted to learn about that. And finally the laws changed a few years back where you can learn about it. And so I got hooked up with a Cherokee group here in Colorado, and we meet every month on the 3rd Saturday, and even if you're not Cherokee, you're welcome to join the group. We learn something new all the time, and there's so much to the history that I just never knew, and so I'm pretty excited about that. And I have been working on learning the Cherokee language. And there is an online class with Ed Fields through the Cherokee Nation, and he explains the words and all that kind of stuff. You can interact in the sense that you can type to him. You can type in English or in Cherokee. There's a couple of ways in Cherokee. One's in the phonics, and the other one's in the syllabary. And when I have been taking the classes, I've been taking thousands of notes, pages and pages of notes. And then I ended up developing my own little dictionary, which is this. Pages and pages and pages. I actually have 3 of these, and I don't have all of my notes in them. So I have to get me another binder so I can get more. And that will be just from English into the Cherokee language. I also want to do a set where it's in the phonics, and that would translate into English and how to write it in the syllabary, and then I'd have a set in the syllabary which would translate to the phonics as well as the English. It's going to take me years to get this done. I took the first course. There's 3 courses, and the first one's pretty simple in the sense that it's from English to Cherokee. Basic words, that kind of thing. And I took it 3 times before I could pass the final test, and I think you have to get like a 60%. Some reason my camera's acting silly. I'm hoping it's not deleting on me. Anyway, I have been working. The first round, I didn't even think about taking the final because I could barely make out. Well, I had about half a book filled out, and I knew I wasn't anywhere close. And to be honest, I didn't even know how to take the test. And then the second time around, they changed the program. They made it a whole lot easier to work with. Everything's right there. However, I warn you, if you take the test, the final test, once you take it, you can take it over, but the first time counts. That's it. You can't take it anymore. And so when I went to take it on my second round on the classes, I got like a 52 or 53, something like that, and obviously I didn't pass it. And so, but it gave me an idea how the test was laid out, which pretty much, and I didn't know there was tests inside the program. I just went to the classes and that was it. And I didn't know there was all these tests and interactive stuff in the program. So the third time around, I found out that there was all these other interactive things that I could do, and I was like so excited because I could do them, and I was like, yes, we could do this. So I did all of the workouts, I did everything, and then when I got down to the final, I was like pumping myself up and studying a lot and stuff like that. And then when I went to take the test, I got like a 96 or something like that. It was in the 90s. And the reason why there was 2 questions that I missed, I think. And it was basically, if I had read it all the way through, I would have gotten it. And so that was one of them. And then the other one, it's a little tricky. It's what I call the doulias. It's depending on how, it's a word that has a ulia or a dulia sound to it. And depending on where your fluctuation is and whether it's an A in front or a D in front or something like that, then it changes the meaning of the word. Like the word R-E-A-D, read, read. Yeah. And then there's red like the color, and then there's red like you read something. Yes, I had a little of that going on in this particular area, and I muffed it up, but that's okay. I just know, if anything, it helps me learn where I need to work on, and that's a hard area. So, and I gave my grandkids and nieces and nephews and all them these little blocks, you know, the alphabet blocks that our little kids have. Same thing, but it's with the Cherokee syllabaries on it and has little pictures and stuff. So I'll be sharing that with you, and languages or the syllabary and how it's weird. It's like you see 3 A's, but they're not A's. You know, they have different sounds to them. They mean different things. And my mother bought me for Christmas a book that I've seen people explain it, but it's actually the book that the information came from, and it shows what the syllable looks like, and then it has like a Jack and Jane type of story, but it's more of a Cherokee, you know, flavor to it. And so like Sue, I think, is one of the characters in there. So it'll help me explain how to do things. I'm pretty excited to be more interactive with my grandkids on that channel, where they can send me a video and I can interact with them. I might even do a live thing if they want to. If they have a question, I might answer it. It might be kind of interesting. Because I remember I was telling them how my daughter was having learning her spelling, and she had to spell the word like money, and I would say D-A-D-D-Y. Just funny little things like that. And I wasn't giving her the correct answer, but she liked the answers that I gave her anyway. They were funny. I've been hiding mainly because I couldn't stand dealing with the whole government thing, and if I gave my opinion, everybody loses their mind. I am not blue, red, green, yellow, whatever color you want to call it. But, you know, there are facts, and people don't bother to find out the facts. They just, what they do is they find out, they want, how did one person, I heard it on Doctor Who. This is the difference between a rich person and a fool, is instead of changing their mind to understand the facts, they change the facts to suit their own opinions and mind, you know, thought process. And this is what's been driving me crazy about the government, is instead of being educated on the facts and understanding what the facts are, we're just making our own opinions, and it has nothing to do with the facts. They're alternative facts, as they put it. And we don't go there. So that's my whole frustration with the government. And I didn't want to share it online because all it does is start fights, you know, to the point where even my family refuses to be friends with me on Facebook because I go for facts and they don't. Simple as that. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, I'm working on a project for my brother, which I didn't know. I bought him this hard drive. He's been wanting a lot of family videos and that kind of thing, and so we went and had all the family movies that are done on the 8mm. We had them all digitized, and my mother went and bought a whole bunch of DVDs for that, and which was not cheap, by the way. So my brother also would like to have the digital, you know, whatever I have available. So I bought him this thing. It's a terabyte, and I got a whole bunch of this stuff, and I got other hard drives and whatnot, and I've already filled up about a little over than a quarter on a terabyte, and that's how. And I'm not done yet. I still got things with the hard drives in them. I think I got 5 more to go through yet. So we'll see how that works out. I've been working on my genealogy, and it's very, very interesting. And we went to Oklahoma, to Tahlequah, and I went to the Cherokee Heritage Center in their genealogy office. And it was very frustrating because I had a name that was on the rolls, but for whatever reason they were not happy with it. And so I was like, okay, I guess I got to go back to the books and talk to, you know, family members are from that, and then they found a mistake in the paperwork for that person. So which explains why the Cherokees weren't happy. It was because the information I was given was the wrong information. Right name, wrong person. Right birthdays and stuff like that was wrong. We have I found out something interesting while I was at the Heritage Center. Is another branch of my, you know, the branch I'm looking off at is my grandmother, my dad's mother. But while I was there, I found a name on my dad's father's side that was in the museum, and I went, I did not know that name was in there. So now I have to go back and check and see if I can get that all researched and everything. Trying to think if there's any other exciting stuff. Just that we went to Tahlequah, we had a lot of fun. I had a daughter that got married. Sounds like I'm going to have another grandbaby on the way. And family's growing. We're all doing fine. We have my son's friend Bobby moved in with us, and he is slowly adjusting. And he's got a dog with him. It's actually his dad's dog. But you know, I've been working with him and the dog, and the dog's coming along fine. It's a Cocker Spaniel. His name is Freckles, and he's 10 years old and blind. So we've been having to teach him how to use the stair because Bobby lives in the basement. Freckles never went near a stairway, so we've been teaching him up and down the stairway. We've been teaching him how to get along with the other animals, and his training's coming along great. He's been really a super little guy. I gotta stop the ums. I did not come prepared for this. I thought I was gonna do a 1-minute thing, and it's a little bit longer. But I'm hoping to do some live stuff too. If anybody has some suggestions or ideas for me to do this year, because I want to start doing a video every week if I can. On one of my channels, I have a couple. And so come and check me out, and I'll put a link to the Osyio Elisi, and that one will most likely have a lot of Cherokee heritage information. If I'm allowed, I'll even record our meetings at the Cherokee meetings, where we learn so much. We learn so much from that. So that's what's going to go happen. Well, you all have a good one. I love you very much. And take it easy.